And part of this is also going to include some breaking news about Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror in the MCU, and some news about his trial case that I have been covering. So if you are new here, I'm not going to go through everything with his case, but you can definitely go check out many of my videos breaking down all the details of what's been going on with the trial. And just to kind of give you a quick synopsis, basically, Jonathan Majors has been accused of domestic violence. He's, accused of allegedly, being physical, with his ex-girlfriend. And the New York DA, the Manhattan DA has like taken on the case on her behalf, and they're pressing charges against him for I want to say it's like second or third degree harassment and assault or something like that. So they are misdemeanors, but at the same time, he could face a year in jail. Like it is kind of serious at the same time. I have, let's see, there's a little bit more here for Majors. It says, is this going to solve the Majors problem? Like bringing back the OG Avengers. Is that going to solve the Jonathan Majors issue for Marvel Studios? And it says Disney executives insisted that they could afford to play a wait and see game, given that Avengers Kang Dynasty wasn't expected to begin shooting until early 2024. It also says here that the CAA parted ways with Major. It's another agency, I believe, the PR agency. They parted ways with him before his arrest, and this was for brutal conduct towards staff, according to one source. Oh, so we didn't know that part. We had seen a lot of people leaving Jonathan Majors before, and because of the nature of when and how things are reported, I think it was fair to say that a lot of us was like, damn, y'all just gonna leave him and he ain't even been, convicted. Like, how y'all just gonna leave him hanging like that? But according to this source, take it however you want, they're saying that the people that left Jonathan Majors before he got arrested was because of brutal conduct. I don't even know what to do with that. That's not a good sign. Now, we've seen other reports that other people have said that Jonathan Majors has a troubled history. Um, they talked about his relationships. Now, personally, I don't really equate being a jerk or an a-hole with criminal activity. I don't equate that. If he yells at you on set, if he calls you names, yeah, he could be an a-hole, but I'm not going to say that man is trash and he needs to be locked up. I'm not going to say that. But if he's being physical with people, you can't put your hands on nobody. Unless it's self-defense or something. You can't be putting your... So I don't know what brutal conduct means, but according to this, the brutal conduct was enough to have this company part ways with him before he got arrested. Make of that what you will. Now, here's the issue, though, with Jonathan Majors that is breaking news. It just came out earlier today. And I have to say that this was definitely shocking. Now, before, like last Friday, when we were talking about Jonathan Majors and his situation, there was something that was in some of the early reports that kind of stood out, but we didn't really understand what it meant. Now, if you've been listening and following what I've talked about with this trial, I've told y'all from the jump, it is super vital, super imperative. It is beyond like you just need to wait on all the information, because we are not in the courtroom hearing everything. We are not hearing and we're not seeing all the video. All we are able to see is what gets leaked to us. And whatever gets leaked to us may or may not be the full picture. So even though until a verdict is said, we do give Jonathan Majors the presumption of innocence until proven guilty, it would not be wise to rush to a judgment until you hear all the evidence. And with that said, just over on Friday, we were talking about how, while for weeks, if not months, we've heard primarily the defense, Jonathan Major's side of events. We've seen their version of the video. We've heard their version of the witnesses. We haven't heard nothing from the DA and the prosecutors. Now, I'm not going to let them off the hook. Yes, we know New York has a long history of bias, corruption, all of that. Find me a courtroom that don't have that. So I'm not saying that they're off the hook. What I am saying though is we have not heard how they want to present their evidence. What we have heard is that they presented a new 115-page document that basically was more than enough to keep the trial moving. For everyone that's out there that keeps saying this is a waste of time, Jonathan is innocent, we've seen the evidence. If that were true, this case would have been dismissed already. If we did have enough evidence to prove what, and I'm not saying I believe or don't believe it, I'm just saying there's a reason why this judge looked at all this evidence and said, yeah, we got enough to keep going with this. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm just going off of what's actually happening, not what I want to happen, not what I think, but it's happening. So this might be a bit of a game changer. And I don't think it's something Jonathan Majors really wanted to come out. But now we found out that in that report from the DA, they were looking at the London police. We don't know what the London police had or what they were doing or what that was all about. We was like, yo, what are you talking about? Some sort of incident from 2022, in London. We like, what? We sitting here talking about New York. And what is that? But the DA believed that whatever this London police report thing, apparently that had something to do to help their case. And we have a little more information now. It says here that the London police confirm an ongoing inquiry into physical assault accusations. Police in London have confirmed to Rolling Stone. So this outlet went and talked to the police in London, Rolling Stone. There is an ongoing investigation into a report of physical assaults, plural, leveled against Jonathan Majors amid his domestic violence case. Yikes. It says here last week, the district attorney office filed a 115-page response to Major's legal team's bid to dismiss the case, in which prosecutors disclosed that they had obtained a police report prepared by London's Metropolitan Police that they deemed relevant to their case. Prosecutors noted they had also obtained medical records stemming from a previously unreported incident from September of 2022. This is why we have to wait. This is why we have to wait. Um, I don't know what's in this report. It said here that there was an incident and that it was unreported. So who knows what that means? Maybe there was somebody that filed an accusation against him for physical assault or something. And maybe that person was proven wrong and Jonathan was completely innocent. Maybe that's why it was unreported, because maybe it went nowhere. Or maybe there was an incident, maybe there were medical records, and that person decided not to press charges. And maybe the police or parliament or whatever in London, maybe they didn't want to press charges. But that doesn't mean that something didn't happen, potentially. Let me get some more in there. It says now the Metropolitan Police has confirmed to Rolling Stone that there is an ongoing investigation into the police report, which refers to allegations of physical assaults that were said to have taken place at a London-based area address in September of 2022. It says inquiries are ongoing. No arrests have been made, according to the Met Police spokesperson. So, what does all this mean? For one, we don't know. We don't know. Okay, let me make that very clear. A report was made. People make reports all the time. Reports do not mean conviction. Reports do not mean you are 100% guilty of something. Okay, anybody can make up a report. But the DA in Manhattan is trying to use that report and potentially use that against Jonathan Majors to prove their case. Maybe they're trying to prove a pattern of behavior. Again, we don't know what happened in this report. We don't know what the situation is. But there is one thing that we do know. And one thing that I don't care what side you are on with this does not look good for Jonathan Majors. You wanted this case to be dismissed. You've had your lawyer drop all this um, evidence and video. And don't get me wrong, the evidence to prove, that no harm was done looks very compelling. I will admit that. But the DA is not giving up. The judge agreed that this trial has to go on. So again, that's not good because it means that you're not 100% innocent in their eyes. And now we're getting news that you had another incident. No charges, no convictions, just another incident. Some would say when there's smoke, there's fire. Because now we have to ask ourselves, what's going on? Rolling Stone, this same, outlet, did a whole long piece about going through all his ex-girlfriends and all the people that he used to talk to and all the people he worked with. And again, we went through all of those. Some of those things, I was like, man, this sound like BS. Some of those things was like, ooh. But at the end of the day, whether he did it or not, whether he's innocent or not, this does not look good. And for an actor, a celebrity whose public image is everything for them, this could hurt Jonathan Majors more than anything. And before, when it came to Marvel, what did they say? Marvel, they were waiting to see what was going to happen with the trial. They were waiting to see whatever. But if you have more incidents, more reports, and then we also heard in the last report that there were certain things that Jonathan Majors' lawyers didn't want to be shown or made public. Could it have been this? Could it be something worse? Maybe it's something embarrassing. I don't know, but at this point, if this gets even worse, if whatever this report, if there's more things that leak, I don't know how he fixes his image. And I think that's going to be a bigger hurdle. Again, these are misdemeanors. Maybe he gets a slap on the wrist. Maybe he does some community service. But damn, the fact that you got articles and headlines constantly saying Jonathan Majors, physical assault, allegations, incidents, brutal conduct. Yikes. Yikes. So, that's what we got so far. Of course, we are going to, I'll stay on top of this, whatever I can find information. Shout out to She Dreads Me for putting me on this. Hit me with this last minute. So shout out to you for that. But yeah, this is definitely it's not as cut and dry as I think a lot of people would have hoped it would be. And his trial, I want to say, is November 29th. So yeah, we got to wait and see where it goes. But all right, guys, that's the update that we have with Jonathan Majors and Kang the Conqueror with Marvel. It looks like they were thinking about getting Doctor Doom, back in their back pocket. They can always recast him. I'm still shooting for John Boyega. And this latest report about whatever happened in London, again, I don't know if it means he's guilty or not. I don't know, but I just know it's not a good look. It's not a good look. But y'all let me know. What do you think about all this? What do you make about this? Does this change your opinion about Jonathan Majors? Does it maybe strengthen your opinion about him? Do you think that this is going to harm his chances of staying Kang the Conqueror? Do you think Marvel should recast? Do you think Marvel should stay with him? Whatever you think, please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.
Thank you so much for watching. This was just a segment of one of my live chats, and if you're interested in joining in on the next one, be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications for more. I've got more videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you all later.